I remember I smoked glue. Effect on it, Thomas. So one caronale, I wanted the sound of a generator. There was about 5 liter.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, Vanyana, Majita, Katie fella, like Okoter La Rasa, Sura, Vaya, or
Miss Nangamaduba Swasonda Pezi, welcome to the very, 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 very special, the VSOP special of Rise from Rock Bottom with Nditsheni Ravs. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Yes, I have a very, 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 very special guest today. I would like him to introduce himself. I don't wanna steal his spotlight today. How are you, my brother?
I'm okay, my brother. How's it?
Kisharp.
Get Thabang, guys, get Thabang, aka 012, Area Papa. Sure.
Hey, my brother, thank you so much, man, for honoring our invitation to the show.
Sure,
man.
sure,
It really means a lot, man.
Sure.
Because I think there's someone who was waiting for your story.
Yeah.
We don't know who that person is. I'm sure there's one person who wanted to hear the story so that it can uplift them from whatever they are going through now to a second level of life. You know?
Yeah, sure.
My brother.
Sure.
We're gonna start from the bottom, where you started.
From the rock bottom.
We're gonna start from the start.
Okay.
I wanna know, man, where were you born? How was it like?
Okay. So I was born. I like to be specific. I was born in a hospital somewhere called ZP, Zebidiela Arahuata. And then obviously we moved to a small village again called Gachweni. That's where my mom got married to. So we stayed there. I would say all my childhood I've stayed Gachweni, and that's what we've been doing there. You know, primary, high school, yeah. And then obviously after high school, that's when things started. After high school, actually before high school, I remember I was doing, I think, grade 11.
Yeah.
In the secondary, I don't know. I remember I shouldn't mention names, but I don't know whether I should mention the name of the high school or not.
Yeah, you can mention.
Yeah, it's a school called Shiki Senior Secondary School. So when I was doing grade 11, things just started. You know, I was that kid at school that was always bright. And I know everyone always says that, but I really mean it. I was so bright, winning awards. I remember when I was in grade 1, I was actually nominated as a learner that is going to do a poem to open a clinic. We had a local clinic that was getting open there. So I had to like make a short poem before the premier has to speak and give
the premier of Limpopo.
Yeah, that time it was Ngwakura Matlodi.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I did that, and then high school I carried on like that as a sharp child, but things started escalating. Grade 11, you know, you start smoking cigarettes, weed. Now that's when I started feeling like I was too big for my boots. I remember I was the secretary of the learners, like SRC. And then the president, whenever he was busy, I would take over and all that, because I think we didn't have a deputy president then. So grade 11, and because I was so arrogant and full of myself, and influence, you know, I was always very influential to other learners. Or, hey, today I don't want to test because of these reasons. And then the class would, I always had that much influence. And then,
But sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think, was it peer pressure which is making you to do all those things, or it was, like, when you look at it now, do you think, what was the cause of all those things?
Look, to be honest, number one, obviously peer pressure. Remember, ufitla toilet or shapa 6-9, ufitla okrea majita ba ime line ba tsuba mola
Yeah.
and the very same guys ba long gore they are sort of like competitors wabo.
Yeah.
And then obviously for you to don't feel left out, you wanna join them, you know, just so that you are relevant, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think it started as a peer pressure, and then you know once you try to fit in into the group of your friends, and you notice that you fit in. And then now you want to shift the gears up. You want to stand out now.
Yeah.
Okay, they know me as one of them, but
This is what I have to offer.
yeah, you know, this is what I have to offer. Now you want all the attention to you.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly peer pressure, to be honest. It's mainly peer pressure, and secondly, the environment. You know, being in a school where things like that, security checks and all that, is not there. I would say that's one like another reason if you don't worry. Yeah,
But-
if you don't worry, yeah.
Was it in a Komahayeng or in the rural areas, or it was Kolokshininyana? So
Bruh, it was, I would say it's a rural area. I mean, yeah, dusty roads.
yeah.
The fence in Alimbobo.
Yeah.
The put it in Uzena.
Yeah,
I remember
come
there
on.
was one time
Yeah.
we were writing a test.
Yeah.
And then I grew up on a goat when they walk around like outside where it's silent and you can hear them. You know that sound that the male makes when he's trying to make out with the female. It makes that funny sound.
Yeah.
So so I was the first one to laugh when that goat made that sound. And then the whole class laughed. I remember then they chased me out of class. So that, it's one of those things that I'm saying, it was a matter of influence, trying to be an influencer at last thing, and trying to act smart and be that learner. You are always in talks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Watomaka Dipache and
Well, sorry, I forgot a highlight. Back at primary, I remember I smoked glue.
oh, okay, bona clue.
Yeah. Me and my friends, we decided, I'm not going to mention names of my friends. We decided, all right, you know what, we are smoking glue today. I was like, okay, now sharp, let's do it. I remember it was the assembly
It's
day.
over inside the Koskolo.
Yeah, go to toilet, bro.
Yeah.
Re tswa ka class nga 1 mem go khopela wa toilet ba re sharp. Ke a tseba ra tswile ke na tshwereng glue go so ke mtshala bra. Re fitla ra tsuba. So one day re mo assembly jo. This guy we tsubile over. We tsubile over. And then kola wa tswa mola e mo chachiche o thomo actor. And then we eventually got everyone why to be and then eventually everyone why to be there was a meeting. I remember it like Murile Brian finding out about that.
But Ijwang glue, like,
Emon.
how was your first hit like?
Emon. I remember Lama Toma Riki too, man. Okay,
I want to hear the story.
So let's tell Riki too. So that thing always too, we look for a plastic bottle.
No, I don't want you to teach me how to urikitsuba.
Yeah.
I want to know the feeling that you had.
So the feeling that I had, go Uber in that plastic bottle, when you go, so effect on it, Thomas. So one caronale, I wanted the sound of a generator.
Yeah.
And then after that, you start thinking, whatever you do, no one is seeing you. So if let's say wukutile kamara toilet, you'll end up going out and then we in public thinking you are still hiding. Yeah. So that's how the guy was caught, and that's how they found us. But then fast forward,
it makes you lose your mind.
You basically lose your mind, yes.
Okay,
Eventually you lose your mind.
Yeah.
But then, after they found us out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop smoking these things. I remember I was doing grade 6, grade 7. Guys, at home they found out. Then I got 12. And then I went again back, go high school. That's when ke thoma lutsu wa patše because someone was selling that weed and then ke na le access ya yona.
Yeah.
That's why I ended up smoking and then I was a regular.
Okay.
Yeah. So at high school, yeah, I'm known by Autila Seleka Rasa. I remember a teacher wa khona as an class in our meeting.
Yeah.
I want Thabang to write about Rasa. But before he can write everyone else, number one, he must write his name. Because I know Roto Rasa. And which was true because I was next at age at all. Yeah, I was so arrogant. Yeah.
Ish, yeah. And then you went to high school, you continued the same thing until, and then did you finish high school or?
I did finish, even though grade 11 I failed, grade 12 I failed, but I repeated. And then grade 12 I passed, but not the way I was expected. Especially with the background that I had on SAR.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to Pretoria to further my studies. And then I joined another college there trying to do web graphics and web development.
Yeah.
And then I think I went to school for a couple of months.
You know, the funniest part or the saddest part of it is that there's a lot of people who Batamaya from Mahayeng and they go to Pretoria for school.
Yeah.
And the story is always the same.
My brother.
I think from the 100%, people I've had a chat with who went to Pretoria for school.
Yeah.
I think 10%.
Yeah.
Look, so,
I'm one of them. I'm actually probably one of the mains who did nonsense in Pitor. The thing is, there's nothing wrong about Pretoria, I have to be honest. There's nothing wrong. A normal child will understand or get less kolong. I'm here to study. But there's a lot of things happening there. A lot. You know, it's easy for you to access anything you want. If now I decide to want to do drugs, for example, it's easy to get them.
Yes.
If I remember at some point, bra, at some point I ate all my money.
Yeah.
I ate all my money and it was nearly 2. I'm going to go to the 31st.
Ash.
Now I'm broke. I have to go 28 days without money.
Ash.
So you see, and then eventually that's when I started doing wrong things.
And then Zakayo is Jilekaing.
No, we will go partying because there's a lot of clubs in Pretoria. I mean, everyone knows. There's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of vibes for students. Go Pretoria, and influence is very high. I have to be honest. I have to put it out there. If there's someone out there who send their kids to Pretoria or by school, they need to check up on them. Even if you have to drive from wherever province you are at, just to go and check or Wanaga Udulakai or Pelalabumang, it's very, very important.
Where were you staying? Go Pretoria.
Sunnyside. Sunnyside is the site that never sleeps. I remember Vigidula Mostradensa Gerard Morteiki. There's a place Honamu Diaboya blind. It's Brianama. I mean, a lot of people who are on Sunnyside, they know the place that I'm talking about. We went there and then we would just buy anything. I remember, I'm excited. It's such a feat. I've never been in a what do you call in a city.
Yeah.
Where people are being manipulated into doing things. So Kakopanale, this guy, he was a cool guy, man.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
Yeah.
I introduced her stress. The first time I didn't have money. And then I was enjoying the way I see people buying bottles and the attention of women. Oh, you know that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the day we decided we are going. We are going.
It was premeditated.
Yeah. I planned for it.
And then I wanna ever since like you were telling me since like Ufikile from first day. I didn't hear a part where you were talking about or the buga because obviously you went there for school.
Yes.
I never heard you talking about school or maybe talking about registration. That was it.
Yeah. So registerile ya sharp ina stress by the classing. For me, I was expecting so much. I wanna let me not blame everything else except myself. Then now I played a big role because I was expecting so much. I was a naughty child. Growing up, I've always wanted to try things. I remember before Pitori, go groove a guy. Before I knew, oh, I must go to this place, I must go to this place.
Yeah.
So for me, it was never about books. It was
Actually,
about,
you were going to have fun.
yeah, I wanted to have fun. I'm coming from the rurals. It was boring. No commodity street lighting,
Yeah.
yeah, and me being there, I eventually forgot why I was there. See that one, and I think it's what most of the kids are doing when they go to school. The first few months, yes, why the weekend, but eventually they forget.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the parents are the ones that are suffering the most because papatela and all that.
Yeah.
And whereas now my father was very strict, but I was doing those things even though strict because
Yeah, so sorry. But
but
still,
but it was never enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Agasubula,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. In fact, we ended up having to do things. I remember the first time in my life when I was trying drugs.
Eish.
We went to this house party. Party at the wine, regularly the 4th Street. I remember there was about 5 liter.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, Vanyana, Majita, Katie fella, like Kokota, La Rasa, Rasura, Vaya, or what.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Vampile Jagamo kitchen, like Yara. Hey, when you are played, even you are a microwave, you wing. Okay, do Jamo. So, Anja played like a molo at Teddy Lane. Okay, so I fit to chieftain because I am now chief. What's Uber? Okay, what is this? Alright, it's a drug called cat. It's Uber more. No sharp.
Yeah.
I took my first line. Ooh.
How was it?
Kore, all the pains that I had on my body, all the fatigue was gone.
For that moment.
Kore, I was a brand new person.
For that moment.
Yeah. Kishile joy. I felt like I was on top of everything and everyone.
Ish.
Yeah.
And
the
then-
colors were bright. Everything was clear. Yeah.
How was it for the day after?
The day after my brother go to one, because I remember it muka. Around 4 or 5 years, but I think I had to sit until 9-10 or say, because it was so hard for me to sleep. But eventually I slept. Just I've never felt so bad in my life. I was feeling shit. I'm sorry to use the S word, but I was feeling completely lost. I feel like it's a pain. A normal person, I say.
So, and for you to escape that, isn't it that when you want to escape that, you have to go by?
Yes. It's like what I was about to tell you what happened the following day. Following day, I called the guys and I'm like, hey, Bafetu. Hey, I've been like a tutu man. I don't know what's happening. Sarovich, come back. This guy was staying in the same flat, just a different apartment. Yeah, if you high, same stuff again. Surely the patch, yeah. Can like a line happen? Back to normal. Go to normal. So I figured, oh, okay, this is the life I must live.
Ish.
Because if I don't smoke, I get sharp. And the only way I get sharp, I need to sniff. And I remember going to school,
And I'm sure by the time you tried it, you wanted to have fun for that night.
yes, for me it was just
But now
about fun.
you hooked.
Yes, now I'm hooked. It's part of my routine.
Ish.
When I remember at school, I even suggested to one of my friends, that guy was like, I'm gonna connect you, I'm connected to someone, drugs. Oh, man. I sold drugs for about a year.
Skolo sona ko high, they don't
Remember,
ask what's going on ka skolo.
Remember, eventually I ended up dropping out. I had to lie to my parents or Kasaya school first year. And then I didn't go.
Eish.
I didn't go. And then, now I'm in Pretoria, I'm stuck. Ngwaga wa fela, I need to go back to my parents. Ish, I don't know what to say to them. I remember I told my father, what results it looked January because there was delays. Ish.
And then I think January.
January ke fire, akere ke a fire.
Yeah,
The results
yeah.
di utswa ke seo. From phone about the results ka schema o tie ngwe radio fake document. Ya re ke passitse ka romela na gae. And then now, things were tough. I knew I dropped out of school. Tema unromela chelete ke mojar ne man. No nromela ne sfasi apatela kwa skila. Wena no nromela ya ka ke be sharp.
Eish.
I won.
Yeah.
And then eventually they found out, and it was not nice.
Obviously, they would have to find out.
My father wanted to disown me. Whatever, mutswadi kwatile, he's been paying. We're not the real so.
Ish.
And then now I'm hooked. Kabloma Pitori.
Yeah.
My cousin took me in. Kabloma Liena Nadula Sunnyside. And then Kabloma Liena. And then while I'm there now, Aksakeles, I need to find work.
Yeah.
Ka market a company yung ba re ke comments mo la Sunny Park.
Yeah.
A ka fitla. E fitla Sunny Park e wena. First month I no le sharp go bereka team ke sa ithuta.
Yeah.
I eventually mola. Wa tseba so se mojida o le Pitori di plan di tlo ba ona tsa di extra money I need to do cat monna so nje ke tsube. So a be kere o bona di ge motho a reka ne ke bereka mothili kgona go botsa motho ke mmona gore o nyaka go rekela bana uniform ke mo yena ke re chief how much do you have o nyaka lo tsa bokae a re na ke nyaka lo tsa 2000 ke re okay bona re di so na o ka mpha 1000 cash go fa tsona lo tso ka mo so re bereka yo ka mchaele ke re okay bona wena no fitla kwa tiling wa tla le tsona na ke scan so that scanning system you have to scan and enter so now I'll just scan and not enter and not enter and then sharp mo la ke nche sleep is a decline ke mo fe sona ke mo gaile se sengwe se leng gore a ke tseba other customers when they just paid abanya ke sleep you know sharp thank you na get keep father man full of that lady was security can only check your things if maybe one into it liling go feta so yal
okay
like maybe let's say you forgot the tag or something na yalo be ke di ntsha ke make sure gore a check
so you were one of those guys.
I was at some point I was stealing from the company that I was working for, and then eventually they found out.
And then what happened when they found out?
When they found out, they told me, you need to go home. Hearing.
Yeah.
And then I went home. And then while I'm sitting at home, gave me hearing that guy arrived. Pella, you doing drugs. In fact, when you do drugs, you don't have time to sit down and plan your next movie. Any opportunity that presents itself, you must use it. You have to use it. You don't have any room for any mistake. You need to make money as soon as you can, so that you can sniff, so that your mind can tell you you are clever, and then move to the next thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you introduce more Anna Braf and me. Hey bra. I'm a bit mention you.
And then with that disciplinary hearing. Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting.
You are still continuing.
Yes,
while you're waiting
to go to the DC.
Yeah.
So nambile ina stress. Ati introduce her to this bra. Bambojar ne bona. We thirty fraud.
Yeah.
So you're push. So you're one or young. Which is something I don't want us to get into detail with.
Yeah.
Raseleka. No more police nyaka. Police are looking for me.
Yes.
The day ke re ke a chaba. Bamfonela about hearing. The day I was supposed to do hearing is the same day maphodisa ba nyaka.
Eish.
Ka chaba ka ya Dladleng.
Yeah.
Fitla Dladleng. Maphodisa la mfonela mpoja re mona ra tseba ro mangwa mango jwa kae. What's that again? Do yourself a favor, pack utamo sasa. Because ra tseba ro ga tshweni pleke so le so. Ntwa gona shi ban romela. Mona on WhatsApp ke shumisha Nokia nyane la gopola Nokia tshela tsa di ona le Nokia ya nngwe ya di ba re keng na ba re keng Neo reng
Oh, get born. Yeah.
ya go ba le keyboard
Yeah.
I remember ke di bona di WhatsApp mona di follow. That guy told me, or we know everything about you. Nearly when I let this organization ya di fraudster and all that. So the officer chow.
Yeah.
So this guy said to me, come back. I had to come back. He even sent me, man, 500 rand and said, take a taxi and come back.
For you to be arrested or to...
For me to be arrested. Yeah. Now I went there, you are a small boy. We've been tracing you and we know the things that you've been doing. We want your boss. Now I had to have a meeting with them, and that guy was a foreigner. So I don't know where he ended up, but I had to tell them everything.
Yeah.
And that's when I was lucky because they let me go. They said, okay, we are not looking for you. We haven't done so much. For you right now is just to leave the town. Eish. So I get some 1.5.
And then disciplinary, you still waiting?
I was supposed to go to disciplinary hearing. Now my colleague at work am phone chief. Get hearing ya today ka re ba re mona ska tla yi. Gape tso re le maphodisa ona.
So once you found guilty, straight to
Karai, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Even today.
Yeah.
I went, well, Salakaya, and then I apologized. I'm was but Askaya at that moment, we went talk for disciplinary hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now, ish. So njeke tsamaya ke fetsa go laisha boss wa ka gape gore ke ntshije diphiri ka moka. So njeke vai chief. Ke a kae?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you are thinking, what must I do now? Are you at home by that time, or
I'm in Pretoria at my cousin's
thinking,
house.
or when I leave from here, where do I go? Because obviously you had to leave.
Yes.
Because even that boss, I'm sure they would have done something to you.
That guy I'm fooling, I'm being arrested. What did you say to these people? Nothing. And then I was like, okay, I'll check who did it. But whoever did it,
they're
in trouble. No stress.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then I moved.
Yeah.
I decided to take a bus to Cape Town. Because I had a girlfriend in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And she was ready to welcome me.
But did you tell the truth, or I didn't
tell her anything.
Just decided I'm just gonna come to you.
I didn't say anything. I just told her and I think I should try the life that side.
Yeah.
Here I am, you are in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Cape Town, me getting there, she was staying co-observatory, but the guests were not allowed.
Okay, yeah, yes. Because
yes. And then she decided, you know what? There's a place, there's a lodge to go Vasco. Let's go today. Okay, sharp. We decided we're gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That place is it's just a nice lodge, nice.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly for people that are trying to sort their lives out.
Yeah. Like it's a welcoming area for people who are coming from other places.
Yeah. It's like I just got here. I'm trying to find myself and get things in order. Let me stay here. So it's paying like what, 500 a week.
Yeah.
So it was 400, 500 a week. It was not bad. You get there,
and it's in Cape Town, bro. Imagine.
I don't know anyone. I don't know anything.
And then how did you go through with life?
My brother. Okay, so I'm trying to look for a job. My girlfriend is tired. She says, "Hi." Every time I come back from work, Uduchi. So while I was growing up, while I was at high school, I used to DJ, virtual DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
Eish. And then I realized, or you know what? Let me go back to that. Let me try. There was a tavern just across the Vasco station.
Yeah,
That man, may his soul rest in peace. His name is Ruben.
yeah,
I went there and then he welcomed me. He said, bro, you said you're a DJ. I said, yeah, no, I am. He
Yeah.
said, "No, okay, here's the platform. Do your thing."
yeah,
I remember that man was giving me 300 a night.
yeah. For you to come. Did you bring your own set or you just go there, you DJ?
No, I just
like
went
that?
there with my small controller and the laptop.
Yeah.
Like in, virtual DJ, you just use a small controller.
And
just
then
control.
that's it, yeah.
And then he has his own system. So I'm just plugging into his system. There I am, I'm a DJ. Hey, 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 hey. I'm working 300 a night, starting to be popular.
Yeah, around
and well-known
wherever
in Goodwood.
place where-
Best
yeah.
DJ, best DJ.
Yeah.
Because I was familiar with Gauteng. The thing is, with Cape Town, the music in Cape Town, I would say, in terms of the trends,
Yeah.
the songs, I want to know it was Zap Zap.
Yeah.
They only started knowing that music like 3 months after
Okay.
it was trending in Gauteng.
Yes.
So for me, I was that guy who brings new music to them.
Okay.
You know what?
On that
it was
area,
a new
yeah.
music. You know what? I remember gonna go was have a teddy go my piano monna. I was the only DJ on my piano. That's right. Who dala my piano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with your I get when you left
Yeah.
Gauteng,
Yeah.
you were busy with booze and
Yes,
the
yes,
drugs and
yes,
stuff.
yes.
And then when you get there, did you find ways to
When I got
continue?
there, I was hiding. Ne?
Yeah.
I was hiding from my girlfriend because she's very noisy. Well, she was very noisy. She's that person who everything that you do observant. Right?
But Lina, don't blame her at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, like from your story, usto there. What do
And
you
she knows,
expect?
and she knows.
What do you
This
expect?
guy is very sweet. Yeah, no. At the first few months, I was just smoking weed. I remember I found this guy, more bridging.
Yeah.
And this guy told me he's selling weed. I was just smoking weed, but I knew I shot something.
Yeah, there's something that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this guy introduced me to a drug called rock.
Eish.
Guys, nah, this is not for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, there's a rock, there's a tick. Both of them were not for me.
Yeah. And I think with that tick, most of the people they go crazy. Eh?
Yeah, they do.
I think almost everyone, every person who's smoking that.
Yeah, tick. It's a cheap drug for people who don't have money.
Yeah.
But it's also you can hallucinate. You see things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Because
see
I've
things.
never seen a person who smoked that who doesn't like show. Like it's the story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's a drug. I would say out of all the drugs, well, all drugs are not the same.
Yeah.
And then none of the drugs is good for
Yeah,
you anyway.
yeah.
But tick, I think it's like it's one nyaope.
Yeah.
It's an environmental drug. So mo Gauteng tick ya ego. It's in Cape Town, and Cape Town it's uba ke bona batho la kro bona nyaope it's uba ke majita ba no mo strateng wa
Yeah.
So it's a cheap drug.
Yeah.
As much as it's cheap, it's also very dangerous.
Yeah.
But luckily, I've never smoked any of those. Because I was that guy. I've always been that guy. I know how to pretend.
Yeah.
I'll be a very normal guy during the day.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, get bathroom.
Yeah.
Kisha tikiaka mula. I mean, kisha rokiaka mula. Kisha ketiaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was not seen. I was not. No one could suspect or this guy is doing drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, you're a DJ. You start being known now.
Yeah,
A lot of artists, bro.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
DJs.
yeah, yeah.
Now I remember I had my first gig go Long Street.
Yeah.
Eh, Long Street. Man, like I was saying, man.
Yeah.
So the reason why I called myself 012 is because all the people that met me who were from this side, they always knew Pretoria, and I was always explaining my story. Hey, nah, in Pretoria. So they gave me that nickname, or 012.
Yeah.
So I remember I went to Long Street, Go Space Bar.
Yeah.
While I'm playing that, this white guy came to me, Raymond, I like your music, bro.
Yeah.
Let's explore all these clubs. I'm well connected.
Yeah.
We went to a club called, he asked me from where, Joburg, Sharp. We went to a club there, I forgot the name, and it was just a Nigerian club.
Yeah.
When I got there, they introduced me to cocaine. Just another world. Oh!
Corey, when I'm like, all of your life you've been having fun, like.
Yeah, my whole life I've been not entirely fun, Brayaka. I was trying to, I think when I stopped doing drugs, because eventually I did, when I stopped doing drugs, as I've noticed, or the main reason why I was taking drugs was because I'm trying so hard to hide my guilt.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm trying to get the attention. Because my whole life, I've never really had the attention. I was always seen as this funny guy who no one takes serious.
Yeah.
So I wanted the attention, and I enjoyed the thrill of the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for now, I feel like there was a reason why I was so hooked up into this attention life. But well, it doesn't give me an excuse to do drugs and all that.
Yeah. But I want to know also, from, I mean, you moved from Pretoria to Cape Town, and then you had your career as a DJ and everything.
Yeah.
I want to know where was the point where you feel like, this is where I've hit my rock bottom. This is where I have to change. I mean,
Yes.
where did you realize that? I mean,
well, for me to end up noticing now I'm at the rock bottom. I'm right at the edge of losing my life.
yeah,
I remember at some point I was doing drugs almost every day. Every day.
from weekends when you're DJing
Every
to
day,
every
yes.
day. Yeah.
And then I decided, you know what, let me find a job. I worked for one company there. It's a technical company.
Yeah.
They're doing productions, festivals, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got me in as an intern just to come and learn. I learned there, I worked. But I was still doing drugs. And now it became worse because, you know, at the events, you meet a lot of rich people there, rich kids, where they just... you see, in Cape Town, my brother, cocaine is like a cigarette.
Yeah.
Everyone has it.
And by that time, you're in a professional space. I mean,
I'm in a professional space.
DJing is something else. You can DJ while you're drinking, but now you have to focus.
Yes. So now, it's hard because a lot of guys in that industry, they actually take drugs.
Yeah.
You know? And then it was easier for me to access them.
Yeah.
I took drugs. Until a point where I even had to break up with my girlfriend. And we have a boy, we have a son.
Yeah.
Together. So I had to just leave them. Now I noticed already I can't have anything valuable. I'll sell it. Yes. Still lie and say, hey, and now the funny thing is, everyone in Gauteng, when they saw me on social medias, they just said, this guy is enjoying his life in Cape Town. But I was living two lives. I was a drug addict, and I was also living the life of social media where I'm just dressed up and smiling and looking nice.
Yeah.
But
do you think your work forced you to quit?
Yeah.
Or was it you deciding on your own?
Me deciding to quit. I've noticed I'm losing everything. I really loved my son.
Yeah.
But I had to leave him, and obviously me and the mother had our own personal issues. I won't blame drugs for that. We're just not in a good space together.
Yeah.
Now I had to leave my son. I had to leave my son because I didn't want him to see me, you know,
being
being like that.
Yeah.
And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna come back to Joburg
Yeah.
and then try my life again here.
Yeah.
And then that's when I decided, because I lost almost, if you lose your child, I mean, if not losing your child per se, but if you don't have access to your child,
Yeah.
then you're as good as dead.
Ish.
That's when I realized, or you know what, I need to start taking my life serious.
And then when you check, you saw
Yeah.
or the drugs are
Drugs was the only thing that pushed me into being the person that I am, that I was. So I told myself, there was a day where I drank to death. I drank like crazy. And then there's a road called Table Mountain.
Yeah.
You just go there. If you've been to Cape Town, you know what I'm talking about. There on top.
Yeah.
You just go there, chill, and look at the city from the bottom, and you just chill. I was alone.
Whereby Signal Hill.
Signal Hill.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm chilling there. Ish. And now I'm thinking, here I am. I'm shaking, bruh.
Ish.
Like shaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna leave. Luckily, the company that I was working for, they decided, you know what? Well, they've been saying all along that they opened a branch in Joburg. And
Yeah.
they're looking for people that will go and work in Joburg.
Yeah.
And then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave. This is my golden opportunity to leave. I remember, brah, when I left Cape Town, I only had a small suitcase of my clothes. I left everything with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm fucking off. And then I left. When I got to Joburg, I just told myself, you know what, I'm never ever in my life gonna touch drugs again.
So no rehab, nothing.
No rehab.
It
And
was
then
just
that's
yourself.
Yes, that's when I realized, it's a willpower. When you see that I'm right at the edge of losing my life, and if you value your life, that's when now your willpower kicks in. If you value your life, you know that I must do something. But if you don't,
Yeah.
then that's when you'll be ending up being probably a street kid or even dead.
Yes. Yes.
So now I made that change. Or you know what, I'm stopping all of this. Even today, I can still sit with the same guys that I used to sit with a few years ago doing drugs with them. I can still sit with them and look them in the eyes and just laugh with them. Because one thing you'll never do is you can never change someone. You can never tell.
Yes.
You can tell someone that what you're doing is wrong, but you'll never make them change it.
But it's not all of us who can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm with people who I maybe I drink with, obviously when I see them, automatically in my mind, I want to drink because I'm seeing them and they're drinking and they're my friends at some point.
Yes.
I mean, I respect you're strong, man. I mean, to a point where you can still sit with those people and still not feel any interest in.
I do get the edges. I do get the edge to take that line, but every time I'm about to do that, I'll be like, nah. There's a reason why I stopped doing this. So for me, it's a mental thing. I've managed to tell my mind that I'm done, and you can't change me. Look, I have a friend in Cape Town, a very close friend of mine. He's a white guy, and I wish one day he can come to you and share his story. The guy went to the rehab twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Not once.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
And as we speak, the last time I speak with him, it was last week, he said to me, he quit his job just to go and educate people at the rehabs who were like doing drugs and who are trying to stop doing drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, see, for someone who struggled so much to quit, he noticed that it's so hard for a person who's doing drugs to being able to turn their life around. So,
it's not easy, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not.
I mean, I feel like these drugs, man, are demonic. There's a certain demon inside them.
No, true.
Which, like, it's so hard, man. It's like once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
No
But-
going
but,
out. But it's possible to go out, but it's not. It's a few
It's
people.
possible, but chances are very slim, very
Yeah.
low. Because the thing is, a drug gives you something that you wish you felt all this time, but you can only do it for a specific time, and it's very costly. So that's why a lot of people it's so difficult for them to stop doing that. You know, an addiction. Take for example, let's say you are addicted to peanut butter, and it's always in the cupboard. You see it every day, and you want to stop eating peanut butter, or you want to reduce the amount that you take, but you can't because it's there. You see it.
Especially as a child.
Yes.
Like for you to stop it is when maybe the parent realize
Yes.
that this is too much, and
Yes,
then they stop
yes.
buying it.
Yes. So now here, my brother, I'm sitting with, I think it's almost 2 years, 6 months, somewhere there. I lost the count. Sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm taking cannabis. Obviously, I smoke. I take the medications from the dispensary shops, and all that. And that's how I'm coping with all my urges.
Yeah.
Whenever I feel like I need to do drugs, I'll take a gummy and chill.
So actually, what you're saying is that you need to find something
Yes.
to replace
Yes.
whatever habits
Yes.
that
There's
you
no
have.
way you can just stop and say I'm done. You need to have something that takes the space.
Yes.
Yes. So and honestly speaking, ever since I stopped doing drugs, my life has changed, brah. Like for better. Yeah. As we speak, I met someone again. We are engaged, and I'm looking to get married later this year. So happily in a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got 2 kids.
Yes.
And life has never been so easy and so nice for me.
Yes.
And each and every time I remember the things that I did. But at some point, I hated people. I even hated myself
Yeah.
when I was doing drugs. And not just drugs, losing focus, not being able to focus. Right now, professionally, I'm still working, but I'm freelancing as an AV engineer.
Yeah.
I do LED screens, I do installs, I do, you've seen my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have my company that I'm trying to push also, but I also freelance for other companies, and I'm in a good space.
Yeah.
Life has never been so nice.
I mean, we all go through life. You
Yeah.
know, like there's always ups and downs.
Yes.
But I think the other thing which makes it worse for us to cope with those things are things like what you're saying. Like if you're on drugs, it's difficult for you to focus on life.
Yeah.
You know, but it's, as you are saying, like, I mean, you are a testimony.
Yeah, well, I am. Proudly so, my brother. And I wish if there's people out there who are still doing drugs, like I said, you have an addict. The thing is English, my brother. I don't know how to explain.
What's up with Ellis Spade?
Ho na le batho ba bangwe ba tseneletse deeper into the core of drugs.
Yeah.
Ne? Ho na le ba bangwe, they are normal professionals.
Yeah.
When you stand there, you won't believe what this person is high on drugs.
Yeah.
And there are those who are occasionally doing them.
Yeah.
Like our willpowers are not the same. We can decide, or you know what, I can do drugs weekly. Like weekends when I'm drinking.
You know, ngachivenda, ne?
Yeah.
Vari mulenje wa mumwe aukandiwe ngawo. Which means sorry, mulenje wa mumwe
Lutu la mumwe.
aukandiwe ngawo.
Oh.
It means that if you're in front of me,
Yes.
I can't go through your footsteps.
Yes.
I have to find my own way.
Yes.
As you are saying, Ori, there's other people who are doing it and still doing good in life.
Yes.
But unfortunately, not all of them. And
Yes.
maybe there's things they're going through that they never realize.
Yes.
But
No, it's true.
I'm happy that you focused on yourself.
Yes.
What they're doing to you.
Yes.
What do you want to achieve in life?
Yes.
And not focus on other people. You know?
But one thing I can say is there's no excuse for drugs. To be honest, there's no one who's doing drugs who would say to me, here I am, I built a house. I'm just setting an example.
Yeah.
I built a house because I was doing
You'll
drugs.
you'll build it and sell it, man.
Exactly. You won't even finish building it.
And for a cheaper price.
You build a house for R1 million and then you sell it for 200 rands.
You
It's
see?
possible.
It is.
So there's people out there who are still doing that, 100%.
But what can you tell a younger Thabang?
Yeah.
From when you said from a younger Thabang who's seeing
Yes.
that nightlife as a motivation, who's
Yes.
seeing the drug life as a motivation,
Yes.
and they wanna try it.
Well, all I can say is,
Ke batla o ba botse ka spade.
all right. That's paid.
Yeah. I want it to come from the heart. You know?
Yeah. So, for anyone who roga kwa ntle ka kwa, and o sazama o tja drugs, or you've already started what to buy the drugs, but you are not yet in deep, because you will. All I can say, Gore, there's only one way out of this. Only one way, which is the bad way. I don't know how bad it's gonna be, but it's gonna be bad, very bad. I know you will either die young, or you will find yourself in a situation where you end up killing yourself. Wena. There's nothing good that will come out of a drug life. You going to clubs, drugs, it's nice now. I'm not blind. I know. I was there, I know for sure. But it will end in one way or the other. Your life is getting compromised. And there's much more beautiful things out there except drugs. Not right now, can I new addiction? My new addiction is to eat. And again, I go a week can pass because I braai.
Yeah.
I braai meat. I like to sit there, have my drinks. You know, I even do it as schedule every week. My partner knows, oh, today's the day to braai. So for anyone who's doing drugs out there, it will never end well for you. No, there's no way. There's no any other excuse or a reason you can find or why you do drugs. So the best way you can know. That's the only way. Because if you don't do it this day, next year, you'll be something worse than what you are right now. So it will only get worse. So please, focus on your future. Make yourself proud. Make your people around you proud. And do the right thing. Live a normal life like everyone else. Then I'll be happy.
I know, I see. I'm sure someone will watch you saying that. And yes. You know, when you are on that, you feel like, all that's even next.
Yeah, you're staring well. When someone else speaks from a level or yeah. And unfortunately, bari kwena. Or if you're doing drugs, bari. A fool with a capital F, because there's nothing that you'll achieve. Well, in your world, you think you're achieving something, but I don't know when you achieve. In fact, you are losing everything. And it gets to a point, it's like a graph. It gets to a point where you will no longer go down slightly. You will go down exponentially.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's not nice. It's not nice. It's fun when we look at those shows. Those people are not going through a good thing.
It's bad, man.
Your parents up calling someone to come and intervene and help. Imagine what your parent is feeling. Pella, you giving birth to a child, you expect to see them prosper in life and doing good, beautiful things. Mara now, imagine someone who has to deal with and no more healthy or is deteriorating.
And it's funny because there will be someone, a younger person of That's someone, like
Yes.
when you're seeing Mr. Mloto going to someone, maybe
Yes.
they call him to come and help.
Yes.
There will be someone who's watching and who want to try, or
Yeah.
who's trying, who's just starting.
Yes.
And they will watch it and think, all right, now will never be like that one.
Yes. And you will.
On your mind, you will tell yourself, I will like a party. Now will never be like that one.
More. But you will.
And the next person who's going to be like that is you.
Yes. You are going to be the next person. And I knew it. I knew. But there you are. And there's people who, like myself, I don't know what is by miracle or is by God, but I managed to have that willpower of telling myself, because I knew rehab, my whole family will find out that I was doing drugs. And I think they will eventually, because here I am right now giving that testimony.
Yeah.
But there's many people who can't go out there and seek help because they're afraid to be, or this guy was doing drugs, or this guy is doing drugs.
Yeah.
So the best way, if you can stop, it starts with you. You don't really need rehab. You don't. Just tell yourself, I'm going to stop. And everyone will start noticing, oh, okay, this person in Garwalwala. When they ask you, tell them, I'm recovering from drugs. I can get drugs.
And there's always help out there.
God will show up.
The only way to do is to seek that help.
God will show up. I can't Bible that much, but there's a scripture that says, God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you reach out to him, that's when he's going to grab your hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unfortunately, man, I think we need to cut it here. I know there's still more things that we want to say, but it's better for us to leave it here, man.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Due to time,
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm glad that you'll stop your work. You stopped everything that you had to do.
Yeah.
You are a very busy guy. Eh?
I'm trying to keep yourself busy, man.
You stopped your work. You paused everything for you to come and record this, man.
Yes,
I really appreciate.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here, because we need people like you. We need people that go out there and seek for people who are trying to share story that will help someone else. If there's any contribution that I can do into this thing that you are into, I'm more than welcome to do that, because it's not easy. It's just not easy. That's how I'm gonna end it, by saying it's not easy. People are dealing with a lot of things. If you go to anyone who had run the drugs from Muchore, why are you taking drugs? They have a reason, and it's very touching if you listen.
Yeah.
But drugs are not the solution to that. So I'm glad you are initiating on a podcast like this, and I'm very grateful. If any form of help that I can provide, then give me a shout.
We'll talk. We'll talk about that. That's out of camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, vana va mukala vechimuranga inoendera mbekanyamushumo ndi mdindo wa mzimu wa Miss Nanga Maduva onola mtipedzi. Thank you so much for tuning in to Rise from Rock Bottom with Nditsheni Ravs. Please don't forget once again to like, subscribe, and follow us on all digital platforms like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you so much.
Thank you.